Hello, hello. Welcome back to our learning adventure. I am so excited to share today's story with you. Let's learn, practice, and grow our English together. Let's go!
Hello, and welcome back to English for Beginners. I am Tom. Today, we are going to speak about something we all feel but rarely discuss: resistance. Have you ever sat down to study and suddenly you feel tired? Or perhaps you feel frustrated because the words won't come out right. That feeling is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are growing. Today, we are going to learn how to speak about our challenges with grace and strength. I acknowledge that learning a new language is a brave path. I accept that there will be days when I feel stuck. I understand that my feelings are temporary, but my progress is permanent. I use English to name my emotions and release the tension. Think of your English journey like climbing a mountain. At the bottom, the path is easy, but as you climb higher, the air gets thin and the path gets steep. Many people stop here. They look at the cliff and think, I can't go any further. But the master climber knows that the steeper the path, the closer you are to the view. When you feel stuck, you are actually standing on a plateau before your next big leap. Don't stop. Just breathe, look at your feet, and take one more step. I take a slow, deep breath to center my mind. I look at the small steps I have already taken. I tell myself, I am stronger than I feel right now. I am patient with my brain as it absorbs new information. I trust the process, even when I cannot see the end. To build resilience, we need specific vocabulary: overcome, persevere, endure, adapt, transform. These words describe the engine of your progress. Practice them with weight. Don't just say them, feel them. I am learning to overcome my hesitation. I am persisting through the difficulty. When you use these words in your daily life, you are not just learning English. You are building an identity that refuses to quit. I practice saying, I am facing this challenge with courage. I practice saying, I am adapting to this new way of thinking. I practice saying, I am transforming my frustration into focus. I focus on my breath to keep my body relaxed. I choose to see my effort as a victory. Most people fear mistakes. They think a mistake is a sign of a lack of intelligence. But in our architectural model, a mistake is just a design adjustment. If a wall is crooked, you don't tear down the whole house, you straighten the wall. If you make a mistake in English, you don't stop talking, you simply adjust and move on. I meant to say, or let me try that again. This is the sound of a genius at work. I do not judge my mistakes. I learn from them. I give myself permission to be imperfect as I learn. I see every correction as a building block for my fluency. I am proud of the effort I put into every sentence. I am becoming more fluent with every single correction. Your resilience is your greatest asset. It is the invisible architecture that supports your entire life. As you continue this series, I want you to remember that your English voice is getting stronger because you are getting stronger. Every time you show up, even when you feel tired, you are reinforcing the structure of your success. This is what it means to be unleashed. You are breaking the barriers of your own self-doubt. I celebrate my dedication to this path. I am building a foundation that will last a lifetime. I am excited to see how much I will grow by the end of this series. I am standing tall in my journey as an English speaker. I am ready for whatever challenges come my way. We spoke about the weight of resistance. Today, we talk about the light that follows, the breakthrough. Every person who has learned a language has had that one moment where the fog suddenly clears. It is the moment when you realize, I just understood that, or I just expressed that idea without thinking. This is your breakthrough. Today, we are going to learn how to recognize these moments and how to use them to fuel your future growth. I am observant of the small improvements I make every day. I welcome the aha moments with joy and excitement. I understand that these breakthroughs are the rewards for my persistence. I document my progress to keep my motivation high. I am noticing that English is becoming a natural part of my thoughts. Imagine you have been walking through a house, looking for a way out. Every door you try is locked. You feel frustrated. But then you reach a door you haven't tried before, and click, it opens. The sunlight floods in. That is what a breakthrough feels like. It is the sudden realization that you are not trapped. You were just learning the lock. Many people give up because they think they don't have the key. You do. The key is your consistency. The more you practice, the more doors you will find that are already unlocked. I reflect on a time when I understood something I didn't before. I appreciate the effort it took to reach this level of understanding. I see how my brain is making new connections every single day. I trust that more breakthroughs are coming my way. I feel proud of the progress that others might not see. When a breakthrough happens, you need the right words to describe it. I finally get it. It makes sense now. I understand the pattern. It is starting to click. I feel a shift. Use these sentences when you notice your own growth. By naming the breakthrough, you make it permanent. You tell your brain, this is important. This is success. Practice this rhythm. I listen, I struggle, I persist, I break through. I practice saying, it is finally starting to make sense. I practice saying, I can see the progress I am making. I practice saying, I am feeling more confident with each new lesson. I focus on the feeling of clarity in my mind. I celebrate the fact that I am getting better every day. A breakthrough is a beautiful moment, but it is also a moment of danger. Why? Because sometimes, after a breakthrough, we think we can stop working. We think, okay, I am good now. No. A breakthrough is not a finish line. It is a higher level of the mountain. It is a new place to build from. When you have a breakthrough, take a moment to be grateful. Then, get back to work. Use that new confidence to tackle a harder challenge. I do not let success make me lazy. I use my new confidence to challenge myself further. I remain humble and dedicated to my ongoing growth. I continue to show up for myself, regardless of the results. I am building a momentum that will carry me to the top. As you continue your journey, keep a breakthrough journal. Every week, write down one thing that was hard before, but is easy now. Maybe it is a phrase you couldn't pronounce, or a grammatical rule that used to confuse you. When you see your list of breakthroughs grow, you will realize that you are building something extraordinary. You are not just learning a language, you are developing a higher capacity for learning. I am grateful for the small wins that define my journey. I keep track of my growth to stay inspired. I realize that I am capable of mastering anything I set my mind to. I am evolving into a stronger and more fluent communicator. I am living the reality I once only dreamed about. We have faced the resistance, and we have experienced the breakthrough. Now, we must build the structure that keeps us standing when the winds change. Adaptability. Life does not stay still, and neither does your learning path. There will be days when your schedule changes, when you feel tired, or when a new concept feels too complex. A rigid structure breaks under pressure, but an adaptable structure bends and survives. Today, we learn the language of flexibility and steady adaptation. I am flexible in how I approach my daily learning. I adjust my plans without losing sight of my ultimate goal. I welcome change as an opportunity to test my resilience. I know that consistency matters more than perfection. I am strong enough to bend with the wind and keep moving forward. Think of two trees standing in a terrible storm, a rigid oak tree and a flexible willow tree. The oak tree stands tall and proud, fighting the wind with all its strength. But the wind is too strong, and the oak snaps. The willow tree, however, bends all the way to the ground. It dances with the wind. When the storm passes, the willow rises back up, completely unharmed. When life brings a storm to your schedule or your energy levels, don't try to be the rigid oak. Be the willow. If you only have 5 minutes to study today, take those 5 minutes. Adapt. Survive. Keep growing. I let go of rigid expectations that cause unnecessary stress. I find creative ways to practice, even on my busiest days. I accept that progress has ups and downs. I give myself grace when life requires my energy elsewhere. I return to my practice with a calm and welcoming mind. To master adaptability, we need words that reflect change and endurance. Pivot, adjust, modify, navigate, evolve. Practice saying these words with a sense of calm power. I am pivoting my routine to fit my new schedule. I am adjusting my expectations with kindness. When you use these phrases, you stop fighting reality and start working with it. This is the secret of long-term learners who never quit. I practice saying, I can adjust my plan when life changes. I practice saying, I find simple ways to stay connected to English. I practice saying, I evolve my learning habits as I grow. I focus on what I can do rather than what I cannot. I stay steady in my core purpose, no matter the conditions. How often do you feel guilty because you missed a day of studying? You think, I failed. I am losing my momentum. That guilt is a heavy weight, and it serves no purpose. Drop it. An adaptable mind does not waste energy on guilt. It simply asks, what is the very next right step? If you missed yesterday, today is a brand new foundation. Say to yourself, that day is in the past. Today, I am back at the table. That simple shift in inner dialogue changes everything. I release all guilt about past missed sessions. I choose to focus entirely on the present moment. I treat myself with the patience I would offer a dear friend. I know that missing a step does not mean ending the journey. I step back into my practice with a clean slate and a clear mind. Adaptability is the ultimate safeguard of your education. When you build a system that can bend, you build a system that lasts for years, not just weeks. You are not sprinting for a prize. You are running a marathon where the reward is the running itself. Enjoy the flexibility. Trust that your quiet, consistent efforts, even when modified by life's surprises, are stacking up to create a magnificent result. You are creating a sustainable, resilient English life. I am designing a learning life that supports my actual reality. I trust the long-term power of small, flexible actions. I am resilient, adaptable, and deeply committed to my growth. I celebrate my ability to navigate changes with grace. We have learned to face resistance, recognize the breakthrough, and embrace the art of adaptability. Now, we stand on the ground we have built together. Today is about the unbreakable foundation. You are no longer just a student of English. You are a person who knows how to build, how to recover, and how to sustain a vision. You have become an architect of your own growth. I stand on a foundation of discipline, patience, and self-belief. I recognize that my resilience is a skill I have actively built. I carry this strength into every conversation I have in English. I am the architect, the builder, and the resident of my own success. I trust in my ability to handle any challenge the future holds. Have you ever seen a tree that grows in a rocky place? There is very little soil, yet the tree grows strong. How? Its roots do not go out, they go down. They search for the deep cracks in the rock, finding water where no one else looks. Your resilience is like those roots. By choosing to stay, by choosing to practice, and by choosing to speak even when you are afraid, you have pushed your roots deep into the bedrock of your character. You are no longer a plant that can be blown away by a small breeze. You are deeply grounded. I acknowledge the depth of the progress I have made. I am rooted in my purpose and my dedication. I do not need perfect conditions to continue growing. I have built a strength that remains even when motivation fades. I am secure in my identity as an English speaker. We conclude our series with the words of the architect: foundation, integrity, structure, stability, endurance. These are the pillars of your English life. When you speak these words, feel their weight and their permanence. You are not building a tent that you can fold up. You are building a home. Every time you speak English with honesty, you are reinforcing the walls. I have built a solid foundation. I speak with integrity and courage. My structure is built to last. I practice saying, I have built a solid foundation for my fluency. I practice saying, my commitment is the bedrock of my success. I practice saying, I speak with the confidence of someone who has overcome. I focus on the feeling of stability in my voice and my mind. I am proud of the architecture of my own personal growth. As we finish this episode, I want you to remember that the work of an architect is never truly finished. You always add a new room, paint a new wall, or plant a new garden. This is the beauty of a life of learning. You don't have to reach perfect fluency to be a success. You are a success the moment you commit to the work. You are the architect of your own expansion. Keep building, keep adjusting, and keep growing. I am committed to the lifelong process of becoming. I embrace the evolution of my English and myself. I am a creator of my own reality and my own voice. I look forward to the new structures I will build tomorrow. I am grateful for the journey we have shared together.
If you had fun learning with me, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so we can keep practicing together. And hey, don't leave me hanging. Drop your answers in the comments below. I can't wait to read them. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.